Are you already recording?
Yeah, it's already recording.
Alright. Go.
Let's get it.
Go.
Let's go. I'm Sakuzan. Like at some point, nobody just, with all your mind, nobody just had the presence of mind.
Sure.
What are we doing?
Sure, yeah. But that's how it sounds. And then we'll decide on the right sound. Alright, man, let's get it.
I haven't looked this season, man. I haven't looked the episode, man.
Probably episode 10 of the show.
Hey, man, it's the last one for the season. That's all we know. That's all we know.
It's the last one for the season,
It's
man.
the last episode for the season.
Oh.
Season, at least, do we at least know the season number?
Season 14?
Season 14, right?
Yeah, season 14.
Last
Episode finale.
Yeah, episode finale.
It's a finale.
Yeah, it's the finale. It's the final episode after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
After a couple of weeks, guys. Hardy.
And I shall like it.
Yeah. Some bullshit happened. Yeah, man. And we decided to release one last one, you know.
And it happened to coincide with stage 6.
It's stage 6 load shedding.
That's why the sound is like this.
Yeah, okay, that's why sound really so please forgive us for the sound as well. But we would have been remiss not to give you at least one more episode and before we wrap the year up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How long has it been? It's been like 3 weeks, no?
4. Yeah.
4 weeks since we recorded. Yeah, so apologies to the Patreon membership, apologies to the YouTube membership. Yeah.
Those are the only people that deserve apologies.
Those are the ones that deserve
Everybody else. You don't put in money in my pocket.
So hard if I fail to, but yeah. So this is the last one, man. Any plugs before we move on? We still got merch. Wabona Taban's wearing one of the merch. And if you've peeped the party photos, you've seen the black one.
Yeah.
Signature.
Yeah,
signature.
the signature
There's
shirt.
a white. There's a white version coming.
Oh, there's a white version.
I've got them already.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Those are nice.
Yeah, so please check out Uzuri. We'll check out our vendor page on Uzuri, and then you should be able to see all the merch we got. We got there. So the stocky this way. So do the things, but fair truths, do the things. Yeah, man. Where do we start this? Do we start with a recap? I think the last time we recorded was after we did
Before the event.
Before the event.
Yeah.
Before the November 4th or before the October?
Before the November 4th.
Okay. Before the never looks at it. But yeah, man. But yeah, we stopped recording before the event, and then we had an event on the 4th. Yeah, turnout was okay. Could have been better, obviously, but you know.
The weather,
Sure.
But it was still nice.
But it's
thanks to
everybody
people that showed us love as always.
Yeah, that came through, man. So shout out to you guys who came to see us.
I kind of feel like, even though we've been having these parties for so long, we are only just starting. It's almost as if it's only now we are beginning to attract organic attendance.
Yeah. True. And it only now that people like to put it in their calendar.
I think it's at a point where the loyal listeners have attended so much that their utility is waning.
Yeah.
And then we have like the newcomers that we are not really reaching, but there's like a
bit of an uptake there.
Yeah. And that's where like
I'm not mad at that.
You see like a fluctuation in the turnout.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because previously 90% of the people that would come, they would know you.
Yeah, would be listeners.
Yeah. And then like now you bump into somebody like.
Yeah. Because we noticed with the October one, a lot of people were attending the event for the first time. Yeah, we're attending the event for the first time, and we saw the same literally on the 4th as well.
Yeah.
You know. So it's a curve. We're on a curve right now. We're on a steady curve. Yeah, but
speaking of which, and like it's a bit
But he was wearing a Dojo shirt, right?
Yeah, o rekile sweater mfethu wa romela cash send. Ha go tsebo man. So wena o itse bane. Go pasa ka you.
The cash send has the sender's details though.
No, yeah, Standard Bank you offer.
Oh.
Yeah, Standard Bank.
It's a money send.
Yeah, it's a money send. So FNB at least you tell me so listen in your mode.
Yeah.
Ele offer voucher number
and the cash send. Cash send is actually ABSA.
Oh yeah, cash send is ABSA.
Okay.
Yeah, ya o jwetsa ke mang o meetings.
Yeah.
Ya go pa mfethu ne.
Send
Yeah. Ke na le snap sa o nepenza event. So I keep out to slap out.
We'll make us put you on blast.
I'm glad, my nigga. Do what you owe.
So he sent you the money and then you didn't withdraw it in time.
I didn't withdraw it the same day. Then the following day I carried whatever the real busy carding.
Yeah.
Then I went Monday. Yeah, it's invalid over the
Can you reverse that thing?
Yeah, you can reverse it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I just wonder though if you have to net banking because well, I got answered because I used to wonder if I send you a cash send and you haven't redeemed it, does my bank reserve that cash so that I don't get to a point where I deplete my funds before you withdraw? So ABSA does reserve it.
It does reserve it.
It costs the same time and it puts it aside.
Yeah.
And then it waits for you to.
Honali period where if it goes unclaimed,
it goes back
I wonder if Standard Bank does the same because we might have tried to redeem as I feel late.
So I feel late to me. Yeah.
But I think it gave me an error message that says the sender has cancelled this. Yeah, it said the sender has cancelled this.
I still know the boy.
No, but it sounds like it's an I don't know, maybe something happened.
Yeah. Still know. But otherwise,
Neral tipsy another December one, but it's just not feasible.
Yeah, with everything that's been going on as well.
Maybe end of Feb.
Yeah, Feb.
Probably.
Feb or March.
Yeah, Feb or March.
Yeah.
Jan.
Jan is
Why
too
not?
Fair.
Trust me.
End of Jan. You'll see the end of Jan.
No, you won't.
It's fair.
Not from this one. Not.
Mark my words.
Yeah. More likely fair.
Nah, fit. The company is sponsored by the team, but by the fee.
No, not party. I'm saying recording.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the event. I was still on the event.
Yeah.
No. Jen will be back.
No. Jen will be back in terms of recording, but party fair.
Yeah, maybe end Feb or March. We'll see which one makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense there. Yeah. But otherwise, the grand Bali, are you sharp?
I'm okay, Des.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
It ain't deserved.
Hey, it's not secretive.
It's also
I want to go back to work now. Why?
I just can't look at.
Aye, that's
Also about the December.
I came in too hot. Mala.
Hey, slow it down.
Most people are saying they're sending this one out.
Oh, what?
Yeah, how you go?
Yeah,
man.
Hey, and there's a lot of factors.
How now you that we find ways to make ourselves happy and to keep ourselves busy because we don't have money to go away and
to do a lot of things, right? Yeah. Hey, because money's tight right now.
Tight.
Yeah, money's
but
tight.
don't you guys feel like December has changed now that you older?
Yeah, you older. Yeah, it's changed.
Responsibility because December used to be like we used to look forward to.
Especially
when we were still like in the times where we didn't have kids, we were single.
Yes.
We were either in varsity or in the early years of our careers. Knew that December was home time.
Yeah.
Everybody goes back.
Yes.
Like even the people used to meet back home now don't even go home. Same way you not.
Yeah. You would be looking forward to be out here.
You go home and like niggas don't know you.
Yeah. The ones that are out there. I was having names.
Kasi belongs to the youngins. Like
you know
that the owner knows on a first name basis. But none of the people in the club know.
Nah.
And the owner's your peer. Because you came up with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think hold.
Cool.
December used to be.
Yeah. You say Chinchile, Salva no. You know, you're just looking forward to the time we maybe one back home. Because now that's what I'm doing. Just taking the kid back home.
Yeah, I think hold.
That's good. That's why Chinchilenia.
I miss it, man. I feel like every couple of years. every half a decade, you know.
Just be out here.
If we visit December, let me go relive it. I'll see you in Jack.
Let me go do it.
I remember like Cape Town used to be a thing, like when we were like still in, not like, you know, cycling into our careers, like itinerary, it had to be Cape Town. Cape Town used to be like nice.
It's so a resurgence. It's so a resurgence. With people not going back
like
to.
Kofi has a residency at Shimmy Beach,
especially the New Year's.
New Year's thing.
Bonka has a summer club.
Yes.
For Leona.
Yeah. So it's seen a resurgence. Yeah. I can say is it because of the floods?
Durban is mainly family. You know, like because it's a beach.
Oh yeah.
My man back into the plastic, I go not beach.
Niggas do Durban like mid-year.
Yeah.
But
Durban is usually family.
Yeah, family, right? In December. I could do
also because like it's pumping all year round.
Yeah.
You can go literally any time of the year and find a good time.
Yeah, Cape Town is the vibe.
Cape Town is a vibe for like middle class. Yeah.
It's the vibe, right?
And Lynn Tomba, like it's in time. Then you started seeing a lot of surgeons in like your smaller towns. They used to have like a lot of homecomings. There was one in Eastern Cape that became very big.
Just before COVID, we went to the My sister and I went to the last one just before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're back since COVID, and they didn't have one.
Then there was one I think was called Buele Kaya or what one. Yeah, you started seeing a lot like Liverpool, and then they would like a lot of
they do
homecomings. You know, like the smaller towns are starting to like sort of take the concepts of Josie.
Yeah.
And
Lesotho had a. I don't want to call it a stint because it might be back. They had summer fever.
Yeah, that's summer fever.
I think on the 23rd. On the 23rd of December, they had the summer fever. And then on 24th, or it could be the other way around, there was a black affluence.
Oh, yeah, there was a black. I remember black coffee.
Black affluence.
Used to be nice.
Yo,
I never attended one. I'd see the pictures.
Black affluence was more like on the dojo scale. Okay, it wasn't a festival.
It is a festival. Okay.
And then the summer fever was a border comp.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
Stadium.
Have you told people why we haven't been recording?
Well, we told them on.
I got robbed. I got burgled.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yes.
Yeah. Motherfuckers broke into my house and
making an interim.
Stole my shit, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, took a lot of stuff.
And our shit caught straight.
Hey, no wonder this is okay. It's about no, Galona.
It's past. It's past. How am I sure? I know. How can I know?
Operation.
And I was in the process of installing an alarm system that week.
Yeah.
So that guy just happened to catch me
slipping
right before.
Yeah. Because I saw like on Twitter about it there, like especially when around Joe's movie how to stand alone.
Yeah.
You know, like key initiation.
Yeah.
You know,
welcome to the neighborhood.
Welcome to the niggas are gonna type.
And that has never happened to me. Not even at home. It used to happen to my friends. Like we never had a break in.
Yeah.
This is my first experience with
Fuck. And the nigga was blazing. Hey, nigga, during the day, that's some bullshit.
And then you know, and then now you start like fiddling with the security measures around the house. Because I have cameras.
Yeah.
And that's how I was able to see
to see how the person got in.
How he got in. Because Jamona now I can we get the kind of his
So he's testing the waters by asking.
Yeah, so I can't hear him, but I'm assuming that he's
it's a project.
Nobody's answering. Then he goes around the house, the windows. I bet, maybe, I guess, if there was someone in the house, I
want to go. There's somebody.
Then then he took off the reflector. He was wearing a reflector. Took off the reflector, put it in a bag. And then he started working the window.
Fuck, man.
Worked the window. He used my bags to case my shit.
Your shit. Oh. So
That's such a violation.
What you're telling me, stuff
Yeah.
Hey.
My bag. Who can
That's what I mean.
Nigga took my bag, stuffed my bags full of my shit,
And then
it was predominant. It was just my shit, not even my wife.
Yeah. Electronics,
phones,
yeah.
sneakers, jewelry, watches,
Jesus, man.
foreign currency that I had there.
Hey, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Come on, B. You follow them so much. Fafa. Yes, Kafafa.
Sure, yeah. It was close to 100K worth of stuff. The stuff that he took, and then the first thought, because he's spanning, phone ya ka lawo ke bo ma 2 ke tswile ka tlung ka bo ma 8
We are spanning.
yeah ke tswile ka butla corning ya strata because le lebetse something ka itsa U-turn ka bula gate ka ke ran into the house, got what I'd forgotten.
Kena koloi
yeah, but ha ke baya ha ke sa kwala gate, so I'm disoriented.
Yeah.
So I get a call at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Some white lady, hey Joe, is this Modisa? No, he says, is this the owner of
This number, mama.
this address? I'm like, yeah. Like, are you aware that your gate
It's open.
is open? We've been trying to reach you. I had to go on the internet and like just
Try to
I
find.
don't know how, like, but somehow she found me.
Yeah.
We've been trying
Which
to
is
get a
very
hold
good
of
of
you.
her.
Your gate has been open, you know. So I'm like, oh shit, my gate is open, I need to go home. I feel at the house, where the gate is, you can park inside the yard. At that time, I'm home to close the gate. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
They could look what I get. But something just told me, you know what, let me just check
Check
in the house to see if
everything's
everything's
all
all fine. So you get a crew, you know, things in the kitchen are fine. Go to the lounge, get a passage. I get in the study. The stuff on the floor. First thought, guards.
Okay. Oh, that's freaking out.
Because there was a garment on the floor. This garment was in the bedroom. That's how they do. I'm thinking, shit, man. These guys fucking around. Then I get to the bedroom.
Yeah, that's where he was working. So that's why.
Then when I saw that, so now I'm not going through the rest of the house now because I don't know if he's still in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only room I didn't check was our bathroom in the main bedroom. And he put there. So it's how I look at
Because
if maybe
I
I caught him in the act.
Yeah.
And I just,
Yeah.
So I stepped back. But then now, I can't study because the first thought was the MacBook.
Yes.
And where he entered, the MacBook would have been, because the backpack
Yeah.
that he took,
Yeah.
the MacBook was
He
inside.
was in there.
So it's the first thing he came across. Then towards the side, there's a cupboard. In that cupboard, there are 2 MacBooks. MacBook Pros. Shit. So he opened and he took the old MacBook too.
Yeah.
And the old MacBook was on this side of the cupboard. He opened that. I told him, Habu. If he had opened there, he would have walked out of there with 4 MacBooks.
And
He hit a leg, bro. Then I got Cameroon down, then he took, you know, shit, sneakers. Fuck. Jordan, the bronze. I didn't get out. Then he goes to the lounge. He snatches my PS5.
Hey. Hey, niggas. Hey, I caught a leg. Hey, he caught a leg. Oh, when I get that back insurance, Insurance. Yo,
Like on the day that you forget to lock the gate, that shit happened. Go like
the one time.
Yeah, but you buy the banana. Whatever Karana civilis.
Oh, it's some bullshit.
There's no dog. There's no alarm. Go like.
And now I'm not in there's a street WhatsApp group that I didn't know about, and I'm not in. And open gate issue was raised in the morning.
You are
But the owner is not in the group.
Yeah,
shit.
So I could have easily just turned back.
Yeah, what you
Time.
But I'm not in the group. Who's sitting beside by himself?
Why one? Now you corner me, you corner again. I know.
Corner again.
Corner again. I know. After so late to massive. Yeah, I know. And I and a very like I to meet neighbors about them. I to meet neighbors about it. I had fast.
Yeah, so that's why we
that's why we haven't been recording. Otherwise, when I tell you, you've been good.
Yeah, just been tired, man.
Yeah. And now you're planning to wrap up.
How's the new takeover culture?
Hey, yeah, it's going. It's going. There's a bit of adjustments that are happening. Yeah, Maracanã. Right now, absolutely any complaints.
Okay.
Yeah, but obviously,
for you guys, it's like business as normal.
Yeah.
New things that are good.
Yeah, because I want to sky and the future to change about the medical aid. Yeah, so we moved from the medical aid in April the previous to
which is better.
I still prefer the old one. To be honest, I still prefer the old one. And then leave body provident fund to admin you know what I'm saying? Just in the department itself, it's a integration. Yeah, so okay, some of my colleagues in the spinal they're working on new clients now. Not exactly based I find about not about keep you because
the clients.
With the other clients were mainly in the spinal lane. Yeah, they're not against and we get sharp. So so it's about post letter. But yeah, we just busy just looking forward to the holidays, man. So during the time we haven't been recording better in Italy, just resting, try to not get fatigued, you know.
And how's your love life?
Yeah, I love life. Love life is going. It's going.
Man, answer.
It's going.
There's a love life now.
Yeah, I love life.
I'm gonna say.
And I get to my favorite. I get even people.
The bed is out.
Even people.
Have you always had pierced ears?
Yeah, I've always had pierced, but I never had anything on it. Yeah, Mike. So yeah, realize I'm money. It is my man. Yeah, come on back here. Yeah, to like 21.
Okay.
So I'm around. I'm still gonna chill a bit. And then because Christmas. Yeah. Because I have my son this year, so that teenager the baby mom. So October later. Yeah, man. They were talking into some of these things.
These past weeks.
Yeah, the tail has been cooking. And then because we haven't been recording, we've been cooking a lot of the tea. We get excited.
This account.
We shiver with excitement. But you see this account actually shivers with excitement. I'm going to get pizza. Yeah, man.
We just empathize with them.
Yeah, man.
While we don't endorse. There's
another side that needs to be told sometimes, which never gets told.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not advocating for them. It's just telling another side.
Yeah.
It's just telling another side. Just telling another side. But we'll get into that. Just to jump into some of the current affairs stuff. Last week in LA, like an election drive to get more
voters.
More voters. And this week, the IEC announced the results of that drive. This drive right now.
People registered to
vote. Yeah. So let me just pull it up because what I just remember off the top of my head. So we were sitting at a base of about 28.2 million people in the voter registration. Who have registered thus far, right? So with
how many?
28.2.
So people are just not showing up to the polls then.
Yeah.
Because there's not that many people that vote.
Yeah. So in the base, it's 28.2. So with the latest drive by Jampisisa to 28.8.
Okay.
Yeah, so now we're sitting at 28.8. And then they said with the recent drive, we've seen quite a number of women. Actually, the women have been coming more in their numbers to register than the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, more in the numbers to register than the men. And then they mentioned kind of the 500 and something new registrations.
Okay.
78% of that was the youth. Yeah,
Okay.
78%. Yeah, which is what they've been trying to push a lot more, especially with the online registration thing. Yeah, with the digital thing. And then Bevanta the provinces that had obviously more people show up, Gauteng being top, and then KwaZulu-Natal, the bottom three came Northern Cape, Free State, and Northwest.
Okay.
Yeah, so niggas ain't really showing up. Yeah, on those provinces. Yeah, Mara, a slight increase with the last. So about 500, 600,000 people came out, showed out to this new registration. Yeah, not a lot, but but I think there's going to be another one next year when they actually announce the date.
Do we know what our eligible voter base is?
I'm not sure. I need to find that out.
I wanted to find that because 28 million sounds like it's a lot because we are hovering around 60 million.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So you are telling me half of the population is above 18? It sounds like crazy because
that's why I'm interested to know what.
What the eligible. Yeah,
because you would think an
voter
average
base is.
household in Iran.
Yeah, I should have.
It's interesting that. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, it's interesting that you are saying almost half of the population is actually above 18.
Yeah.
That's not too far-fetched.
Voting, voter from, is it 16 or 18?
18.
Oh, 18. Oh, okay.
You can register
at 16 just to be in the base. Oh, okay.
So our core issue is not necessarily people that don't register. It's people that do register but never show up.
They don't pitch.
That's our core issue.
Yeah, they don't pitch.
That's our core problem.
Yeah, that's the core issue. And the upcoming elections are quite important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The ANC is quite nervous about it.
Yeah.
Sebastopile, kind of maybe Asnaval or whatever that is.
Yeah,
and now they got it. Because kind of Mambalula was very clear. A mayor in the Free State who was threatening residents because the homie was talking shit on Facebook. And he's getting got. They're making an example out of it.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw the clip.
Then he did a video, web quality in an office. That guy was calling me by my mother's particulars.
So apparently he's the mayor ya Kopano. But I'm not sure where. With the vest.
On side.
At his house, bro. At that nigga's house with his kids outside, bro. Hey, man. Yo, how hectic is the talk on politics on Facebook?
And then you forget
the niggas feel
small.
like
You can get caught.
Like niggas feel like they can really approach you.
Because your town is small.
Yeah, man,
you can get caught.
Because that video made me remember Mo used to send us like a lot of the shit talk that would happen on Facebook. And niggas know each other and they're talking about niggas that they know.
Yeah.
Niggas can pull up, bro.
Yeah.
niggas can pull up.
Like
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's not like Joburg where Kikawata Mbalula and expect Mbalula to pull up. Pull up. It's back home, man. Niggas are pulling up.
We're in the same cycle.
Yeah. So
when I say why, you're pound.
So electioneering is happening in full force.
Yeah.
They're making an example of the homie because Balula would say usendile mandate to Baba province or they deal with that nigga.
Yeah.
And decisively so.
Yeah.
Because we can't be having this sort of shit. You know? Yeah, so that's really a lot of talk from the people doing a whole lot of politicking. Yeah, man. So the shenanigans are in full swing. I don't know how you guys feel about the voting next year. How do you guys feel it's gonna go down? Initial thoughts, just feelings.
I can't even call it anymore. We've been making predictions every every cycle.
Yeah.
And every time. I remember last. Well, it did happen because we did expect ANC to fall.
And it did.
And it did.
But not to the extent that we predicted.
Yeah. And
we thought they were going to be below 50.
Yeah, but when they below 50, they were
No,
46.
They lost a lot of them. Yeah, they were.
They were below. They were 46%.
Now we need to check that.
Yeah,
I think
I'm telling you, bro. They were below. They were below.
we need to check that. No, I don't think they were below 50.
They were not.
Because
it was 50,
They just
41,
didn't
50,
get.
yeah.
They didn't get two-thirds
Two-thirds
majority.
majority, but they were
Yes.
not.
I don't
That's
think
why
they
about this one,
Oh.
they
Oh.
will
Yeah.
below 50, which
Yeah.
forced them to go into a coalition.
Coalition,
Two
yes.
coalition.
They
Okay,
won.
yeah,
They won
yeah,
outright, but
yes.
they didn't get two-thirds majority.
Okay, yeah. I think that's all.
Yeah, like you don't know, man. You can't call it. But like the thing is, like I was seeing, like when Gaten started off, ne, he was like a disruptor. You know, like he seemed like he's got something good going as a mayor there. And then like, bruh, when you're at the finishing line, then he starts talking so wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing on Israel and whatnot. Then I think they got busted because they've been doing some fake proof of pages, but doing it. Did you see that kind of
No, I didn't see
that they've
that.
been issuing, and then Standard Bank is like, no, this is not our.
Oh yeah. That's the one.
It's a charity, and then you've got obviously his rhetoric on foreigners, where like the larger voter pool yabona, especially people that feel like they're depressed economically. To them, it's like, yo, bro, like we like you, but this messaging, Leona, are you saying you're not gonna take these people out?
Yeah.
So it's very tricky.
Yeah, the opposition seems, and they have a lot going for them, just in terms of the dissatisfaction, that the population is feeling. Or with all the news, you know what I'm saying? Like there's things in every demographic that oppositions could really capitalize for to really get votes in, but they just seem very disorganized.
Yeah.
You know, Harabone, a clear-cut opposition, all of these, dissatisfaction points that each demographic has. Electricity, you know what I'm saying? You can grab, my nigga, you can grab votes everywhere right now. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, even Labour Tobacco, complain like ANC. It's just that I think ANC might still pass through, might still win, because opposition is not really looking at.
The only thing the opposition is successfully doing is pointing out these things
And
that the ANC is
criticizing,
doing wrong, but they're not actually telling us what they will do should they be put in a position to be in power. They're not saying, okay, this is what we're going to do regarding in the Bayombani. This is what we're going to do regarding in the ANC, US party load shedding.
Why what?
NC, it's like opposition is like when you've got an abusive man and we keep advising you, this guy is abusive, blah 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 blah. Then we keep, and now you are right, like everything. Then how vote, like now NC is at the top. It's like us seeing you with this guy holding hands, and then you're saying, hey, Nalam Traga sit. It's exactly that. It's like when it comes to crunch time, I can look at it
and then you get disheartened again.
But good looking at another guy as well.
Listen,
it's disconcerting, man.
It is, man.
It's disconcerting.
Yeah, so that's why it's really hard to call what's going to happen next year. It's really hard to call, but likely it's looking like the ANC might go through. How much do they?
I bet it's that whole lack of viable alternatives thing.
Yeah.
People really don't know.
They don't know who to vote for. They really don't.
I just wish ANC nayingazisa abantu abancinci iyeke nje ngamakhehla wabo every time.
Yeah, which is what we once spoke about. Like, the most viable thing is to stick with the bus, but change the driver.
Yes.
But now the passengers that are in the bus, who are telling the driver who to go right, now to get another bus and procure it, expensive.
It's very, very, and it's weird.
That's where the issue. That's where the issue is.
And it's anxiety.
Yeah.
You know, it's anxiety inducing. So people just unsure. And that makes people despondent about even going to vote in the first place.
Yeah.
When that sense of urgency,
Yeah.
you know,
Which I think contributes to the low turnout. Because other people, they're like, you know what?
About despondent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. With regards to that, just open up his notes quickly. I don't know what was happening again. We touched on it a little bit. You're another kind of in the Israel and Palestinian conflict thing. Obviously, that's been happening for years, but you know, with the stuff that's happening now, it's really been in the news
now.
Yeah. And then apparently this week in Parliament, I think there was a majority that voted they need to close down the embassy.
The embassy.
Yeah, the embassy.
Diplomatic ties.
Diplomatic ties.
Yeah.
And apparently there was a motion actually pushed by the EFF.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
but connecting ANC Leona, they backed it, and the 91 votes against were obviously DA, FF plus, that Christian party kind of getting
CDP.
keep on and saying, how do you guys feel about this thing that's happening in Israel and Palestine? Hey, because you're not into a hard food, people are calling it a genocide. People are calling it a apartheid, and I think that's the reason why Pretoria is also backing that, because we're not about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Israel, apparently, well, I didn't know the history the way I'm only finding it now. Israel backed the apartheid government.
Yeah.
Israel was backing the apartheid. Yeah.
So they didn't think it was a crime against humanity.
Yeah, they didn't think it was a crime against humanity. So now I'm sitting there, fuck them niggas. Well,
that's my knee-jerk reaction, especially as a black person. There's so many bad things have happened to Africans and nobody
cares.
Nobody cares.
So now we are all up in white people business.
Yeah. And
But it's not really white people business, because it's white people and
Arabs.
But those people hate black people.
Yeah,
they hate
They
us.
don't like about.
neither of the parties.
None of them niggas actually
Yes, they don't fuck with us.
They don't fuck.
It's not that politically, we know that politically, their former leader was sympathetic to the struggle. Who?
Why is that?
Arafat. No, what Palestine.
Oh, what Palestine.
He was sympathetic towards the South African Revolution.
Yes.
But insofar as race relations.
Yeah, because if we're talking just politics, on the face of it,
I understand.
We need to fuck with
Palestine.
We need to be fucking.
Now the civil war is happening in Central Africa.
Genocide.
There's ethnic cleansing happening.
Sudan.
Congo.
Sudan.
Displacements. Massacres on massacres. Coups. Pana. It's
a lot.
So you say we must mind our own business.
We need to be minding our own. Mind our own business.
That's my personal idea. Just mind our fucking business.
Yeah, it's like Bali. Limtati balwa. Kai ka tu re na le maloma sa busaneng le rangwana. Ke na le mtswana.
Yo, we got our own little shit out here, but so we not
but in principle,
pro-Palestine.
Yeah. I'm not
morally.
Morally.
Yeah, I'm not mad with the stance. That the government is taking. Yeah, I'm not mad at the stance.
But we're knitting. But I've been very impressed with our foreign affairs minister, Naledi Pandor. She sounds so presidential,
especially with the heat that she's been getting.
Yes, but she's like so reasonable.
I wonder what she's like as a parent.
she's
getting a lot of heat, but she's been resolute though.
She's
been telling to stand taller.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with her. Very impressed.
She's been really standing tall. I'm quite impressed.
Sweep South. That cleaning, cleaning.
Oh, that's backed by Black Oak.
Aisha Pando.
Oh, that's dope.
Aisha Pando.
That's dope.
And I think things are.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So how did these niggas actually get that land, bro?
In 1948, I think that's when it was established, and then there's Tokyo is
But who gave them? Did the Palestinians give them niggas some of this land, and then
I don't think it was
the UN?
There was after World War II. I think there was no, it wasn't World War II. Was it World War II?
He hadn't left World War II.
Not one.
Yeah, I agree. 2 in 45. Because
it's 48.
It was 48. Yeah.
But what I wanted to say is World War I thing when they divvied up the continent. The continent.
Okay.
I actually don't know, but but the conflict is rooted in biblical.
Yeah.
And it, like a homeland, like niggas were looking for a homeland. I hear like the Zionists were looking for a homeland. They were shopping.
It's most of their homelands.
Yeah.
They claim to it is that it was promised to them. It was given to them.
Abrahamic, that covenant. Abraham.
Moses.
No, Abraham. Because I think he was blessed with 2 sons from 2 different mothers. Then from.
But I'm saying that the claim, okay, because Moses led them out of Egypt into the promised land.
Yeah.
That promised land is modern day Israel.
It's modern day Israel.
Hey, yeah, because I've been always thinking about how did they even get there?
In fact, you know, like.
But the Israelites and the Muslims are
brothers.
The
Abraham.
And the Christians.
You know, like, outside politics, I was like, you know how our mothers due to religion, you know, like Israel means a lot. Like they take pilgrimages, like the song about Jerusalem, you know, it's like.
Word.
Then they also have apartheid. They come from apartheid. And I like to juxtapose the two, and then for them to have a stance. I actually wanted to ask her, like
how do you feel?
How do you feel about?
Yeah, how do you feel?
Don't juxtapose shit. There's a stance here. There's a stance there.
To them, it's like I was like, you know, I wonder how in their heads.
Yeah, they're like, how do you marry the two? Bro?
If you look at that, you're like, that's apartheid. You understand what apartheid is.
Exactly.
But your sentiment, because you come from a religious, and Jerusalem means, and Israel means.
And then looking at the things that they do, you know,
it's interesting.
And of the, you know, it makes you wonder if what's happening today is the actual covenant. You know, because they've managed to hold on to that land.
And expand.
Uninterrupted from Western powers.
Yeah.
In fact, supported
by the US, because I've seen in Korea, the US rights for them niggas.
Regardless of the atrocities, them walling off Palestine, or Gaza, or like they've been doing this shit for a long time.
Almost like you can say, they must be really special.
Yeah. And unchecked.
God is with them.
And unchecked. Well,
God is with them. Like, this is the promise.
That's another way of looking at it.
This is the promise that God made Moses.
Sure. I mean, it's the US.
Guys, this is the promise that God made Moses. This is that was, you know, when Moses was leading the Israelites into that land, that was occupied land.
There were people there.
Do you know that was occupied land?
There were people there.
There were the Canaanites.
I don't know
whoever else.
There was Canaanites.
Moabs or whatever.
That had supposedly fallen out of favor with God. And He gave them the green light to go and annihilate them and conquer all of those nations and take that land.
Because they was trolling for 40 years or whatever.
That wasn't land that was just waiting for the Israelites to arrive.
It was not created like this.
Niggas were there.
It was occupied. There were whole communities. There was entire kingdoms, the kings and the community. A whole system that was running.
Yeah, for them niggas just to do that now in 48.
That's an interesting layer.
Yeah, that's a layer.
So if God was able to sanction the conquering of the occupants of that land,
who are we to
tell the Israelites that that's not their land?
Hey man.
But now that would mean
the same Bible that all of you were raised on, that your parents are still reading,
which is what Katie is saying.
I don't choose how to read too.
The Bible says
it's wrong, man.
So who are you to go against God's?
I just say it's wrong. When I say it's wrong politically.
Who are you to say it's wrong?
And then them niggas were there, the Palestinians were there. They were already there. And for them niggas to do that now, 48, it's modern day shit. You know what I'm saying? Like for these niggas to come from Europe and wherever these guys were coming from. Because I saw a TikTok, but I never feel like, I never tell off that. Never told that kind of thing, special pass. And given to them by the Palestinian government at the time. And then I can say, how do so change with them then starting to fuck with the US? Then Sebatola
but this is an interesting
sharp. Y'all niggas need to give us our portion of this shit. Nah, but Lesotho, it's like a free state. Y'all niggas need to give us a part of the free state.
In fact, we're taking all of the
and in fact, I ain't gonna say.
Yeah, but your land wasn't promised to you by God.
This one,
you just happened to be occupied. It was taken from you.
Yeah. But that would imply that the Palestinians have now fallen out with God, that He's letting these things happen to them.
No, I was about to get to that point because sometimes we think our moral goodness is the same as God's. We think what's good. We think what's good and what God perceives as good is the same thing. It's not. It's not.
Because when you see violence and whatnot, you denounce it.
When Moses came down from the mountain with the 10 Commandments and he found these motherfuckers worshipping a golden calf, God wanted to wipe out the entire nation.
Yeah. He was going to kill all of them.
He was killing everyone.
Yeah, he was killing everyone.
And even when I'm talking in the biblical context, when Moses managed to convince God not to snuff out this nation, because okay, you know what, man, this thing that we were trying, I'm going to can it, and I'm going to make you the new Abraham. I will make you a great nation. Mushaga, no, you took me out of Egypt. I was a prince, my nigga.
He was a prince.
You've seen the shit that I've gone through in your name, and you're telling me that this is the end of the road. If you're gonna do this, then you know better than the people that are. Okay, but it's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna let y'all live, right? He came down the mountain, and he expressed his anger when he broke the
when he broke the things.
When he broke that thing about the Tamasepa. You know, gold jewelry. I threw it into the fire, and out came a calf. He made that calf.
Hey, bro. Niggas were wilding.
He made that calf.
Hey, niggas.
Out came.
Niggas were wild.
And out came a calf.
And out came a calf. Like they didn't build that shit.
Then, okay, Shapo, Musha Aga, all right. I'm back now. Whoever's with me, I'm like
and who's against?
Those that are against, I'm like right? Wasala some 3,000 odd, still holding on to that calf. And Moses ordered that they be all killed. And a massacre ensued.
That's the thing.
That was righteous in the eyes of the Lord. That atrocity, if we were to view it with today's eyes, we would be in up in arms the same way we are up in arms.
When we say crimes against humanity.
Crimes against humanity.
Say crimes against humanity.
But there's no humanitarian law on
the righteousness.
It's God's word.
And again, that's why Bakono Holwana with such vigor. And conviction. And like a veil in field. You know what I'm saying? Mara not to get political because I get what I
the same way the Muslims have their regions, the same way they managed to take Turkey, which was not Istanbul, which was Constantinople at the time, right?
It was Christian nations.
Muhammad waged war. It was jihad. Conquering. And his ancestors carried on with the conquering until the nation that we see today. Lost gain with the wars between Christians and Muslims and then things settled.
Yeah, man. That's why when how basically the Lilwanela to some deep, people go all out. People go all out. They go all out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why like how these when they interview other Jews elsewhere, Zionists or whatever. Yeah. This is the holy war, bro.
Because God will kill each and every one of you niggas.
Supposed
While
to.
you are busy moralizing
Yeah.
with your simple human understanding.
Nah, man.
You will kill.
But I'm not lying.
I'm not lying.
Alright? I'm not
No,
lying.
it's not about you are riding or not. It was just to say
Yeah, no,
those are the other lenses.
Yeah,
you can
those are the
look
other
at
lenses.
and with.
Yeah, those are the
But obviously we are now living.
If you're a Christian,
Yeah.
if you're a
if you're a Christian,
Mm.
then this shouldn't be difficult for you to understand.
Mm. And I guess what Tabang was saying about what you were thinking of, I wonder how your mom is.
Yeah,
I'm wondering how our listeners,
Yeah.
you know, why Christians buy and drinking every day, every Sunday. I wonder how you guys tying this up.
Yes.
Whenever let's how are you guys, you know, adding this up? For me,
the thing is, look, we now live in a world that's governed politically. So
yeah.
from a political point of view,
Yeah.
it's incredibly like massive.
Massive.
The same way
Kids out there.
the same way when Moshe went up the mountain, the nation became a political nation. I don't know the politician.
Yeah,
he was the
he was the
mediator.
lead.
Yeah.
He was the mediator. He was calming these people down because Moshe this nigga is not coming back. It seems that God has forsaken us. Our mediator is gone. What are we gonna do now? Right. Which they allege that it was a delayed tactic. Because really, how long are you getting gold earrings off your wife's ears?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not an easy
thing.
Hey,
Yeah.
Eliza.
And he was doing it with, okay, to give them a symbol of something to worship.
Hold on to. Yeah.
That his intention was never for them to worship the calf. The calf was supposed to symbolize.
Yeah, it was symbolism.
The difference that they were supposed to symbolize God.
Yeah.
Then they took it literally.
Yeah.
But he was playing politics. That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Because the people grew restless.
Yeah.
It's just that how Bona, like, you know, the videos and stuff that are coming out of there, you know, that they're killing kids out there, they're bombing hospitals, and then I said now, you know, God doesn't have an issue with killing kids.
But in the concentration camps, the Jews were still praying to God. And
when Hitler was gassing them out,
they were still in those prisons, in those camps. They were still holding prayer. And
come through for them.
I heard somewhere that they even put him on trial. They put God on trial. They found him guilty.
But the Jews or the Jews.
Yeah. And then after that, they said, "Let us pray."
Oh my God!
This is God, my friend. This is God. He will kill each and every one of you.
Yo, that nigga
Your
killing
small,
kids.
morally righteous human brain.
That nigga killing kids, bro.
What a pity ass nigga.
Nah, bro. Or maybe that's why that's why Israelis are following the maybe it's Geneva Conventions, maybe it's the rules of war.
Yes. Oh yeah, they're not a signature.
Yeah.
Bossy
Okay.
Anything that stands in God's way.
Yeah,
These are God's favorite people. God loves us all the same. It's lies. People that God loves. There are people that are good with God. There are people that ain't good with God.
Hey man, we need to find a better God, bro. we need
even in the laws that came out, because remember that the 10 Commandments were just the high level
laws. Then after that, there were others.
Yeah.
There were about 200 laws that came out
after that.
When Moshe and Aaron were administering now.
Yes.
Government.
There were laws, and these anointed laws, the divine laws. Slavery was part of it. Telling you how long you may keep a slave, after how many years should you offer him his freedom. If he refuses it, then he remains enslaved for the remainder of his life.
Yeah. Why would you refuse your freedom?
Because what we know slavery as in the modern mind is not the same as slavery looked
Sat there.
How slavery looked back then was like
Servant.
indentured servitude.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
You know, it's like somebody they work without pay, but they're part of the family. They fed, they're well treated, and it's like, bro, like.
But they are off. They are there to service.
Where am I
gonna go?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I love my master.
Yeah.
Bro.
Stay.
Yes.
Bro. I know it's hard. It's hard. But anything involved with the and we got a final politics. It's just some shit, man. Another thing that came out, Oscar is getting power.
So.
What's next check? 25. Yeah. So
how many years?
So now, no.
Because
Barry sentence he end 23rd. So I'm assuming he's served off.
Because he's been in for 10 years.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when he also close to Scalabala.
And he hasn't been in jail for 10 years. He's just killed that lady 10 years ago.
Yeah, meaning he served her.
He served 10 years.
Did he not kill Riva 10 years ago?
Did he get bail?
No,
he didn't get arrested immediately after. He didn't. The sentence didn't start.
While he was going through trial, was he in custody?
No, he wasn't. He was attending court.
Yeah.
So he's been sitting for about 7 then.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't buy
But how about they shouldn't count it because he wasn't in jail?
Yeah.
They only counted if you were in custody.
He wasn't
in custody. Okay.
No, I based on what?
Also 10 years after that headline said.
Yeah, I think
10 years.
Because this is not the first time he's tried to get it. But no, I think outright he deserves to get it. Yeah. I think right now.
I'm so glad Riva's dad isn't alive to see this.
Yeah.
Apparently, why didn't go.
Makes sense.
Yeah, why dad wasn't there. But when I sent
his mother.
He was.
But they would have to seek her
consent.
No, not consent per se, but she has to submit.
Yeah.
It
Couple.
It was culpable.
Couple.
Yeah.
That's what we made about that because he convinced the court of Hanu Lagabu. So it was not murder. It was not murder.
Are you allowed to be an athlete if you're an ex-con?
I don't know if you can still.
I don't know.
I don't know if he can still go out and work.
I don't think he.
Yeah, but he's old now as well.
Yeah, he's trained. He isn't in training.
That's like you can run forever.
Do you think how many age restrictions guys
differently able
differently able sports?
I think his
age is on his side. The sports community.
Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah,
I don't think age is on his side as well.
Yeah, they won't accept it.
Yeah.
Was OJ retired when he went through trial? Was he still playing pro?
I don't remember.
I think he might have still been playing pro football.
But he was innocent. He wasn't innocent. He was not guilty.
He never went back.
But he never went back.
After that trial,
he couldn't play. He didn't go back to
play. And then he got sued for wrongful.
Yeah, civilly. Yeah.
And he lost those cases.
Yeah, and he lost those cases. Yeah, but he didn't get. No team would take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no team would take him.
Do you think like Joe Bullock is suspended for better Lamdan? Do you think Paz is gonna drop him?
Nah.
And you know, it's about Palestinian play.
Nah.
Because you know what's interesting?
Coming back like
I can might say he's suspended pending a disciplinary hearing.
But you know what's interesting?
Did they?
Yeah. You know what's interesting? You know, like there's a lot of guys that are telling you now, hey, how about the domestic? Because of the climate at GBV, this domestic violence thing are not being treated strictly. Like I think there's a point where maybe Habasa you made a drop in fair. Like yeah, but it's no, yeah, you no longer just allowed to
we drop
stating the sea push. Because they were saying there's some stringency and I thought with the high profile person who was found guilty, it was really going to make an example, like just to use like that opportunity of using a very high profile person to try to treat the feminist thing. I thought, like, you see now, like I really found that judgment very, very strange.
Yeah,
the sentence in your lodge.
Oh, yeah, Lord.
Trial lodge.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
because
Lord.
like he was sentenced, and he was suspended.
In a suspended
I
sentence.
found it so strange.
You expect it to be harsher.
I expected it to be harsher because of the climate. I really expected it to be harsh, bro.
My police officer guy.
Hold you to appeal the charges, ne?
But
Now they pay very hard. Which is what I'm explaining.
Where is that now? That's what I'm asking. Where did that end up?
But I can say continue.
Yeah, I think it's waiting for a date.
It's waiting for a date.
We're meant to be.
Yeah. So because of that, I thought like, yo, they're gonna really make an example out of
It depends how
And they blast those two.
Wouldn't government have to first put laws that pass through parliament who decide to give judges more power in terms of GBV?
no.
What's the sentence prescription? You know, like you can't just now go, okay, 20 years.
Yeah.
When the max for that sort of crime is 5.
It's 5.
Yeah. And happily judge, let's say like Lodge, for instance, this is first accusation, first offense. You know what I'm saying? Maybe let somebody proof. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're not so you can't make the homie an example after trade.
Which is why I think we once said on the previous episode.
What do you mean?
No, you put a judge in a tough place, especially let's say because
there's no precedence.
Yeah, there's no precedent.
Can't just give him 20 years.
You can't just give him 20 years.
And I think
the first offense.
No. I'm not. The judgment, I'm okay with it. It is the suspension of it, because he did get jail time, and then he was suspended.
Hey, we suspended because of the mitigating factor.
Yeah,
because it's his first offense.
Yeah.
Late.
On time, by suspend.
By suspend. Especially by suspend.
Yeah. Because you see, this total mitigating factors.
Have you forgiven this person? So guy suspended.
I think the system employs what they call restorative justice.
Yeah. Not punity.
They don't. That's why we
punish.
don't have the death penalty.
Yeah.
And that's why we have excerpts of Ubuntu
in
our constitution. Ubuntu is mentioned in our constitution, which is the supreme law of the land.
So we don't punish.
And the thing is, like,
so we are not trying to make a worse person out of you. We are trying to bring about reconciliation between the victim and.
But kasi gents, at the magistrates bangoshapile media abashize. Domestic violence abashize at Tongo.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I was saying, because he's a high-profile person, and there is precedent of people that beat up people, lost bodily harm, whatever, and they get sentenced.
But who's your lawyer?
I know.
And I understand with what you're trying to say, Jorge. There's this sentiment that we trying to push. One thing that's okay, but judges are even at a disadvantage now because the one that they still have to follow.
So I say this to say the following: to say sometimes the whole thing around this whole GBV is that there's a lot of focus, especially the meeting, in terms of wanting to put any job on I focus around the law to be changed.
Yeah, we go.
It's like because I'm saying,
show we looking black as shit.
I'm saying then
looking like
in the first instance, Basari should be galvanizing around, since we are also agreeing that we all agree on this is a scourge. Then we should be saying influencing the lawmakers around how now to treat this thing, so that it reflects, so that the law and the treatment of the law reflects the sentiment that you are saying this thing is a social ill.
I guess that is an indictment you can give to the family.
Which is what I'm saying. Maybe that's where they should focus, because now what they do is that you get sentenced and whatever, but then you still forget it. It's still a restorative system. You know what I'm saying? And then the government pays lip service to the fact that it sees GBV as a social ill.
So they need to be lobbying.
They need to be lobbying around to say, you know what, maybe that's a mitigating factor, because the law must reflect that this thing is a social ill.
So they need to lobby government.
Yeah, because it demoralizing.
Yeah, they need to lobby government. Have a chance.
Yeah, it's demoralizing.
Yeah. But keyboard
because you know, like kaka law, restorative justice. So when now, wow, uchi what and every diamond on clappy, then okay, what kind of tuna or I can use the KCG. So I was family Jean based on this guy being a breadwinner. So are you saying to us because we're not happy? These are medicating things. You see now, it sounds as if it's insensitive. I don't have no clappy.
But I think, I mean, we have made some headway. There's legislation now. I don't know if it was passed, but it was a draft bill like that tackles things like protection orders. Remember when we dropped that up? Bail, maximum sentencing period. Like they're trying to
tighten
certain gaps, especially when it comes to matters of a sexual nature. They're also like trying to, which has been my thing, where one of the good ways I feel we could fight GBV is to make the public accountable. Where you as a neighbor, you may be held criminally liable if you fail to report a domestic or sexual assault
that you witnessed.
Same way you would be criminally liable if you knew of a murder and you didn't. So and then they'll set like threshold. If it was a child and then below a certain age if you knew, then you are
it's good.
Then it's good. By such or this segues us better to, and again, this situation here that's happening in the US. Yabo Diddy.
Shit, that's a good one.
Who's a buyer now? Because Diddy was last week. And apparently it's based on this US law
that was expiring last week.
That's expiring. It's expiring last week.
I think it only stood for 1 year.
Yes. Yeah. When I leave the statute of expire. So but statute of limitation. But after it expires, you won't be able to now.
And the means.
Yeah. So now no doubt Jamie Foxx, Terrence Howard.
What?
That's what Cuba.
Cuba. I don't think it's the first time he's ever been accused of something.
This is his second sexual assault
with white women too. Reid. Yeah, I think Clive Davis.
How did they let Russell Simmons?
But again.
And
he came back.
Yeah.
Maybe the statute of limitations.
Where was the statute of limitations led? When I admitted, now he's back.
So all of these niggas, their statute of limitation was the same time.
No, that law was expiring then.
Oh.
Yeah. So women, if the thing or if the event happened, chance. Yeah.
And did he got 2 more?
Yeah, he got 2 more.
So now my thing is, or question rather, if you were Diddy, so you settled the first one.
Yeah.
It was too much smoke.
Yeah.
You understood why.
Yeah. And because unachorally na money.
Yeah.
And then the money unachorally for a long time. Yeah, now one she's got clout.
Yeah.
Well, high finally
Yeah.
Because with that
smoke. So it's like, you know what?
Yeah. That was too much.
It's not, Too much. So if you Diddy and these other two now pop up, what are you doing?
I'm staying tall on those. I ain't settling that shit.
Well, you said.
I'm settling.
He needs to stand tall.
Because I think those, they haven't mentioned for how much they're suing him for.
Yeah.
So I think he would also settle those.
Yeah,
because it's not going to hit his pocket any much more.
Yeah.
See, because the thing is, with Cassie, there might have been some, what's the word? Endearment. Like you were saying, that used to be.
Yeah. Unachorally.
I don't want to go through this thing. Okay, sharp, get $30 million. you probably should have given it to you anyway.
Anyway.
You know, considering where we farm and how much we put you through, whatever. That nigga bombing.
No, okay, but I didn't want to go by hand.
So now, with these girls coming up, and it's a civil suit,
it's not a criminal.
and my pockets are deep for days. I can frustrate this thing.
But on the back of your case,
I can go forever.
Yeah, but on the back of this one, you are now worried more about reputational damage than saving money.
Yeah, than saving money.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think this one was. Well, they didn't tell us. They settled for an undisclosed amount.
Undisclosed amount.
I
don't think it would have been for 30 then.
Yeah, he didn't give us 30.
I don't think they would have settled for 30. Probably less.
Yeah, we take. I'm going to save you time, save you fees.
Yeah, because Libana, the lawyers, they go high.
And it doesn't mean 30 is what you're going to get even if you went to try.
Yeah, they go high, but you can settle in the middle.
Must just put 100 mil aside and go fight them. Both at the same time.
Because I wanna we are case.
But he did it.
Yeah, but we are case.
No.
Because who says they true? Because I agree. Even we are case in the settling is an admission of guilt. What. Maka who baba be.
Yeah. So here's what will happen. Now, if I was Diddy, I will not get Casey. There's already a stigma on my reputation where people think I've done those. Then there's 3 more that come with 2 more I can't remember. How I would look at it is that if I think I have a fair chance and a lot of deep pockets to drive them to the point where they lose, and then net it will be 4 women came out, 3 lost, only 1. So that gives me a bit of it.
Yeah, and a little
yeah.
Like the thing with settling, you're also looking wild.
Yes. You're looking wild. Yeah, you're looking wild. Because I think in this statement after settling,
it's not admission of guilt.
Plus, you know what I'm saying? I have a different recollection of the things that happened.
Yeah.
Than what she recollects. What's like stress.
Yeah.
I think on the one he's being accused of raping a chick with Aaron Hall in the studio. It sounds like groupie shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not to say you're exhausted, because maybe as organizations will fund the fight. And then
these feminist movements.
These movements. Yeah, he
just won't want his name to be.
But the worst that could happen, because I feel like the reputation is already lost.
It's already there.
So just pay the girls.
The only thing that he has left to lose is money.
Yeah.
And it's a civil suit. I'm not going to jail for this thing. I either win or I lose. If I lose, I'll pay. If I win,
but if I lose,
if I win, I would have spent money.
Fighting.
I don't know.
He must pay.
And then happen. He needs to sit with his conscience. Like he needs to sit with his conscience. Did we run a train on these girls?
And then he must find the other ones that might come out of
and if he
offer them a settlement,
just fucking pay them. Just fucking pay them.
Just pay.
Because on the one case, he ran a train late to that nigga Aaron Hall.
I don't think people.
Because the trial is actually worse, because then details of
come out.
That happened with
So
next trial was worse, bro, because not like sexual history, niggas that you were fucking.
What's that got to do with you shooting me?
Hey, bro, because now she had a sexual relationship with the nigga that shot
her, and her boyfriend didn't know.
And at that time, she has a boyfriend who's only just now finding out with us
with the rest
she used to fuck this nigga and 2 other niggas. It's like it was a fucking soapy.
Yeah, it was crazy. That nigga was finding out with us. I didn't what he called. I'm support. I go to the district. You had me beefing with niggas. You knew you were fucking. You knew you were fucking these niggas, and you had me out your wild.
I know. I walked that back.
He must just pay them,
because that girl is gonna tell all sorts of fucking
stories. I
I
think it might be easier for him.
Actually, that he knows he did fucked up shit with, and offer the money.
And the Baba better. Remember, in all this thing, there's going to be legitimate cases, there's going to be opportunistic ones. Like Baba, yes, it might be true like Relajala studio mama, but we were celebs, you were just a group in it. But now, because I'm already damaged, everybody's.
Yeah, it's a catch. We can't deny it. They are going to be cash grabs. They are. Because like some of these things that are coming on Jamie, like I think Jamie is being accused.
Yeah,
91, taking a girl up the restaurant thing, fondling her, you know,
in a public space.
And like, 91 was a wild ass time. And it was a wild ass time.
Yeah. And others are just looking to catch.
Yeah.
So is this person also laying a civil claim?
Yes,
against Jamie. Yeah, for fondling of breasts. Yeah. For 91 at a restaurant.
Fondling.
Sorry to her.
Hey man,
and maybe he did.
And maybe he
but
did.
It was not unwelcome.
And sometimes I sit back. It was the nature of the times back then, bro. Like we were out, niggas were out here wilding.
Yeah.
You know? Mara. If niggas gotta pay their dues, niggas gotta pay their dues.
Fuck Diddy, bro.
If niggas gotta pay their dues.
But you know what? Yeah. That guy, he did it.
Yeah, but
no, of course.
Yeah, Diddy.
No, of course he did it. And like all his videos that just come out now are so wild.
Yeah. Like if you
Diddy was a wild.
Yeah, if you look at the
he's a narcissist. That guy.
Yeah, if you look at the reactions and like 50 Cent, for instance, like 50 is not surprised by this.
Yeah.
He's been talking about Diddy for a very long time, and all of these videos.
So somebody did like Java White. She was.
Yeah.
And then there was a question he can put on the questions. Kibo Mandi brother Diddy.
Yeah.
Diddy and Diddy it's always another like then you nana the Joy Beres. Babuti come to
He never seemed to have a stable life.
No.
His stature in the game.
Yeah. He's always chilling. He's always chilling with the news.
And as Suzo mentioned, mentioned an important point for Biman. If we actually look at how by Stasha Jay-Z Alam overtake, he was like there was a point where he had Jennifer Lopez, and Jennifer Lopez was like the pop star. About it. If you look at like the Pharrell show, had Jay-Z and Beyonce sitting beside the CEO and the owner. That would have been Diddy and J-Lo.
Yeah.
At the time when they were coming up.
Diddy had J-Lo in fucking shootouts.
Bruh.
Holding guns.
Bruh.
Tucking guns in the purse.
Yeah. Holding Jennifer Lopez in a shootout.
Bruh.
And nigga shit.
And she stopped fucking black men after that thing. Stopped fucking black men.
Yeah. It's like, bro.
I mean, there's rumors about cutting the mother of his kids. You know, Kim Porter.
Oh, of course.
That girl you were talking about is trying to allege that mustn't have been, you know, because she was married. She was trying to he must have done something there, you know.
That guy felt like he had. I agreed with Caesar that like that guy had he done that. Like, like didn't plan a time but he's still out here.
He's out here.
Like partying, clubbing, drinking.
He actively dated
you look at Jay-Z.
His son's girl.
You look at Jay-Z. Jay-Z is not going to a podcast. But you want to like where we let that to me opera. That's where he's gonna go. What's that?
Well now there's Diddy. Well now there's Diddy, if you're being honest. Diddy, you don't see. Diddy's not like.
When I did that,
early drink champs. Yeah, he did. He did his girlfriend's show.
He did his. That podcast.
He did his girlfriend's show.
He just never wanted to get to the point where he was an elder of the game.
Yeah, like true OG.
Yeah, he didn't want to get to the point where he was an elder.
And even some of his moves, man, like dating Lori Harvey, too, you know, who was dating his son. It's crazy, bro. Did it out your wide.
Man. Yeah, my little pencil pillow by them.
Yeah, for real.
And when I'm chaplain left field from
because apparently he was giving niggas back their publishing.
And people are saying there was a he was
finally the locks and their shit. Bro, Maze finally has his shit. And he was doing like a tour. He went back to his alma mater school. I never promised you.
Do you guys think he's going to the Rock Nation branch?
Keep training people. I think.
I said on the tier.
I asked the question. I asked the question.
Jay-Z don't play there. I promise you.
I wonder if they're gonna invite him.
I think he's gonna. I think his public He's gonna
lay low.
He's gonna lay low now.
If he's smart,
He's gonna lay low. I see he's not posting. He's not doing anything.
If he's smart, that's what
he's gonna lay low.
Did he
Nyana.
release a statement?
Well, that's
the
what
lawyer.
Yeah, the law.
He said this does not mean I'm agreeing to this thing.
Yeah. Lately, those insinuations are like, he has a different recollection of the things.
Everybody that dealt with Diddy either is dead or found God.
And then later question that you ask, who are his mans? Well, because we know with Jay-Z, Ty is always in
you don't even forget that guy's from Harlem.
Wow.
You know, because like he don't even rap Harlem.
Yeah,
like,
but he doesn't chill
Little David them is like
you know, he doesn't chill with one.
He's a slimy nigga.
You know, 50, you know who his mans is. You know what Wafi. You know them. No, Diddy did that shit.
No.
Diddy did that shit. But I guess to get to the level that he's at, you know, and to have lived the life that he lives, that's the way he had.
And I think happy can someone. It gets to a point where you what's the word? Not invincible, like where you become so emboldened about this thing that you just never thought I'm gonna be caught.
Yeah, you get caught.
You know, and then it just takes one, and then the domino effect. So kick out home from Manasa as a whole.
Yeah, because how old was Ojoze Cassie when he was 37?
And he's 19.
Cassie was 19.
And almost it's in Fanam.
Chikai.
Oh,
Heinleys, yeah, I'm getting right.
And then I was to say, no one.
He was
shook. It was hella shook.
Hey man, it's the billions, bro. Yo, did you read a little bit of that?
The chat sheet.
Yeah.
When I
and he said the free coughs. He was calling them free coughs. So he would
calling what free coughs?
These things that these events. Mataya hotel, like maybe like a 5-star hotel, whatever, book out the whole floors, and then he would ask Cassie to hire
male prostitutes,
male, and he would watch.
And let me laugh.
And
so
he would
she'd
watch.
sleep with them.
Yes, while he watches,
and he would record and watch, and then Cassie said, "Well, I told her, hey, one, phone nyamfana, why delete times? Diddy even if you delete them, I've got plenty. Yeah.
Oh my
She was
God.
hiring male prostitutes for this girl.
Yeah. And then they would fuck her and he would watch.
And Cassie is married, right? And when I was looking at all those details, I was like, there was just enough to get him on there, even the abuse.
Yeah.
Like, why did you have to mention those stuff? That other stuff.
Hey.
Can we ask though? I know we ask this all the time. Why didn't you just walk out?
Hey, I go back. Was signed.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. And
lifestyle too.
And the lifestyle was.
The lifestyle too.
Like these things were happening in 5-star hotels, fucking trips in.
And they were doing drugs.
Yeah, they were doing she mentioned the drugs a lot. But every time I never pop on,
she did. Eventually,
I was the more powerful in this thing, this
Yes.
partnership. I was the one more powerful.
Yes.
But you had a hand.
No, of course. I don't think.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
I was a willing participant, but then I somehow lost.
Them hit themselves in it.
Yes. Then I was just in too deep.
Yeah. Or maybe impressionable.
So when do you atone for that? How do you atone for that?
They don't atone,
But when are you?
That's my issue.
The problem. What I want to say is going to make you say that I'm playing victim. Nah, because I was going to say, but you're the adult between you and I.
Yeah, but the adult should have known that.
You should have known that.
But you're also an adult.
No, but you're an adult at 19.
I'm still impressionable.
But you're allowed to, as a society, we've agreed that you're an adult.
But in America, they're not even allowed to drink at 19.
Is it?
No, you drink at 21.
21.
Sure. You're not even allowed to drink. So how are you
But
out
I'm
here?
18-year-old.
How you out here having me sleeping with prostitutes, killing one? I'm not allowed to drink a drink. Man, we're not for the cocaine.
Yeah, the partying, obviously.
Yeah, but how old was she when those things were happening?
So right on the gate.
Are we saying this is grooming that took place from the time she was 19?
Well,
I don't know, man. Like I'm always like, so You know how I feel about these things. I'm always like reluctant to give
100%.
100%.
I think to be political correct,
that's political correct. But in the true sense,
and then Nahat, I think that the learning opportunity or the teachable moment in what Mo is saying is that in a lot of these things, let's say that we focus so much on the perpetrator because we care he's a perpetrator, and we make an example to show other would-be perpetrators. What do we do with perpetrators? But then we forget to say, you were also, there was a part of you that enabled this. How do we use your case to teach other women to not be in the same position?
They don't want you to say that.
No. But by me telling you guys what happened already puts me in a position of embarrassment because I'm embarrassed that I partook in such. So that is how I atone, because I'm also putting myself on the line by telling you that I'm the one that had to sleep with these people.
Yeah.
And so now this
Okay,
so the exposure is your atonement.
Yes.
Your atonement.
Because
I'm atoning that way because that's my reputation.
My shade.
Yes.
Because you know what's even more upsetting is that the things that y'all were doing for dick in your late teens are still the same thing that y'all are doing for dick in your 30s.
Mm.
You're still wild and the same. Like you're still as enslaved to the penis as you were in your late teens. You know.
For us to pin it on the year,
on
the age.
Like we are not seeing any different because they're still unraveling and wilding out the same way over penis that they did when they were kids. And you know, then they want to blame that behavior on the fact that they were kids. But you're not behaving any different
in your 30s.
You don't love yourself anymore. Like it's still the same. You know, the same way you broke your back out of the window back then is the same way. It's the same way you're gonna do it now.
It's just that at least now, and we're not copying any pleas for you. We're not copying any pleas for you.
But y'all are still
or pushing that, still doing the same thing. But now we're not copying pleas.
You know, like because even with the whole age difference thing and the hypergamy, you know, it's still the theme. Like women don't date their age mates. They never have. And they don't go on to do that later on.
They don't.
It's still the same theme all across.
Live the things that impress them. Even
they still have power.
The things that they love, are still the things that they love now. Right? So we're saying, okay, I love those things because I was impressionable back then. I was with that older man because he groomed me. Now I'm 35 and I'm with a 45-year-old.
50.
Now you're going to say that no, this is as a result of the grooming that I went through. You see, it's always like those loopholes that they make.
And when
at what point do they? Because we are all in agreement that the adult should have known better.
Yes.
Right. But they hate it when you say but. Or when you try to present the other side. When do you guys ever take responsibility or atone or take accountability for the part that you played in this thing?
And on social media, like these new age girls, Insta girls, whatever.
There was a lot of it happening.
Kind of game. Popular nyana was seen kissing like a 30-year-old. Currently, she's 19. You know. Mara and when niggas were saying exactly what you were saying, but no, we can't say that shit.
You know,
that nigga should have known. That 30-year-old. I
was thinking of an example. I don't know if it's a good example. Because of the dangers associated with just being in strangers' cars. They will tell them myself. How it's a massacre, we're going to focus on rightfully so. I'm not going to massacre. Now, we're not saying that. How can you call it? So, how do you atone for that part?
No, but you see,
but they don't want to focus on that.
That I wouldn't expect atonement for because children are known for doing things that they're not supposed to do.
Not supposed to be right.
That happens. My thing is right. Once you know the thing that you're not supposed to do, and you're still doing it, what I'm saying is that theme is upheld all the way through.
Even when you are
it doesn't change. They don't change. The same way we don't change. The same way that men like younger women, it remains consistent all the way through. How women like older men with shiny, nice things that are generous, that are powerful, that display competence. It's the same thing. That what attracted you at 16 is still the same thing that's attracting you at 35. It's not changing. So if the behavior has remained consistent throughout,
are we fighting against nature?
then you want to compartmentalize these decades and say, okay, no, this I did because because had I known better, I would not have done it. Now you know better, and you're still doing that.
It's okay now. I'm an adult.
That's why now we conquer peace.
Yes, but it's okay now. You're an adult, but you can't then say that what you did then wasn't as a result of you weighing what you stood to gain with dealing with an older man. Because the same thing that you saw back then is the same thing.
But now we also you know better. Your brain is fully formed.
It was conditioning.
And like the messaging, the things that they do as older women, these younger girls are mimicking it as well because they can relate. Because so now when we see these young girls they basically regurgitating everything these older women are saying.
Well, in fact, I would say, from what I've just said, I said that the mimicking is only but exacerbating
what is already there.
Nature.
Because even without the women displaying themselves that they did on social media, these young girls taking an example from them, they still would have been moving the same because they were moving the same when they were those girls.
Without social media.
Without
social media.
True.
So it's actually not the women on social media that are doing this to these young girls. It's just the fact that girls like older men that have nice shiny things.
You can almost say we are fighting against nature.
It's universal.
It's universal.
And I think they have to just get to a point where they admit that about themselves.
And that is not to say that abuse is being condoned. I'm not saying the abuse is
maybe the one that I'm introspective about.
Also, okay. Let me put it this way. I think in these relations or in these dynamics, there is a force of nature that happens, and that force of nature is that where there's hierarchies, one is bound to control, right? One is bound to control, right? It's just that yes, violence is
Sure.
You are subservient to me. I've paid for your time. I tell you when you wanna eat. You wanna eat for an hour and that's just how it happens. So when a man is older and is giving you all these perks, he starts controlling your movements. And he's older. And he's older on top of that.
In any relationship that you have, even outside your romantic relationship, the older person generally has more power in that partnership.
Yes.
The same way your older sister does, same way your colleague Amuhulu does, even though she might not be the one. There's a certain respect that you give to her. If you go like she has, her word weighs more than yours.
Yes.
That's just the dynamics of it. And if you look at how we are striving for like equality in relationships, it's a hard thing to balance when the age gap is large. Right? Like if you look at if you look at like celebrity partnerships, right? The people who look and speak more like partners are those who are not far off age-wise. If you look at how Gabrielle Union speaks
to
Dwayne, and she's old. She's old. You can see her.
She's older.
You can see that she has a voice. Right?
Yeah.
Where you see the older guy, even though she might be, let's say maybe 28, and this guy is 35 or 38. In the speech, you can hear who's subservient to her.
There's a
even though she's a fully grown adult, she's 28, but you can hear, you can tell where the power dynamic, where the power lies in this union. Because it's hard to strike that equal partnership where the age is huge. It's like this. So even that theme doesn't change when it gets here. Because you get the 50-year-old man who's with the 30 or 40-year-old woman. That man is still, because he's seen more of life. In fact, you might even find that career-wise, he's progressed because he started early.
Yeah, he started.
He has a decade head start.
Yeah.
So he makes more the money. Most of the assets are his.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah.
He comes with that masculinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
He speaks like it,
Yeah.
and he expects the respect as an old man, as a man, and as the person that has won.
Yep.
And that is exactly what they seek out.
So you have to come because the issue of submissiveness doesn't arise like you obeying your husband is a difficult thing for you to accept if you look at it. If you look at it, like there's very few relationships that I know of where the man and the woman are age mates and there's clear lines in terms of
Who's the
yeah.
Marquez Prince?
Yeah.
Balika.
Yeah.
Hayo nako one you know.
Yo, two.
Mariana Munyani, even though she may be 35, this man's word is
final.
Is heavier.
And sometimes it's better. Because everything has to be
Yeah.
And the inverse is true, where the woman is significantly older. You can hear in how she speaks that
when she even has more money and
she tells him
Yeah.
because she has more money, the assets are hers,
which is older.
It's something in terms of admit.
and she finds it difficult to submit to this boy.
You can tell me about this situation here where they're dating younger. We don't see that.
Yeah,
often.
because they don't want the responsibility and the burden because it's
a burden.
There's the perks, yes, but it comes with its own burden.
Yeah.
You know, Des was telling me something the other day about the fact that women want men in their lives because they don't want to. They hate the fact that they have to think for themselves.
They have to think.
It's cumbersome.
Yeah, it's cumbersome.
Yeah, like why do I have to worry about them?
But when I'm trying to say tweet, what's the number one reason over that? What's the number one reason? A lot of women were on that tweet saying, "I just don't want to think for myself."
Yeah.
And they came on that tweet
and that's
saying that.
That's a nice place to be.
Yeah, I just don't want to think for myself.
Where a problem arises,
and you don't have to solve.
And you're not as stressed about it as the other person sees the problem.
It's like even in a work environment, when there's a leader, the back stops with you. I
don't care if the debtors have paid, have not paid.
You are the leader.
Yeah. Leaders. And that's what they want. They want leaders. So how are you finding a leader in your age?
If you have they will even you look but turn on go hauling like out. The men to primaries.
Yeah.
And think back on your relationship where the person that you dated was your age. And then think about
and your conduct.
Compare them to the relationship where a person was younger than you. And just sit with Loli one and think about how those dynamics were. It's not the same. There were situations where it was clear that you were the boss.
Yeah.
I haven't dated
younger
or like significantly older. Like if it's older, it's like by a year or two. I've never really. I've never dated older than me.
How 3 years?
I would say Buma 10 years.
No. How old is Rihanna and how old is Isab? They can
talk about it.
And you can see.
Yeah, talk about it.
I haven't.
The dynamics I know about
like where you think about a vacation, right? And you have to come ask me because you can't afford to pay on your own. And you have to come to ask me, and us going there is dependent on my
yes.
Right. And if I say no, let's go, I might put it in a gentle manner, try to convince you, no, it's better if you have a guy there, because I can overrule you.
Yeah.
How bad 10 more I'm sorry about you.
Yeah, that's the we were
wait. You haven't been away for long.
Hi. Agnal take.
Those rich income combined.
And it sounds like such a diss. Yeah, incomparably. Head of the household.
The form of body, it's
It's a body. You're only the head of you're not really the head of the house.
And it's only when we age mates where you see the bond split down the middle. But in normal circumstances being the man is usually considerably older than the girl.
I buy the house.
That's
my house, I buy your car.
Rare.
Check out how what goes on.
It's rare.
Very, very.
Only now.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not patella usually that's all you pay for.
Your job is to play interior decorator in the house.
That's it.
It's a nice life, but you have to submit because it doesn't come free. But that dynamic is the same one that you had there. But this one you don't call room.
Yeah.
I get that, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, there's that disconnect that you guys are not, that you refuse to speak on because you think speaking on that condones the man's actions, but it's not the condoning of the man's action. It actually shines a light at the extent to which you guys never want to take any responsibility.
Yeah.
And I think because
you are never having conversations in good faith.
Yeah.
Because you never have these conversations.
Yeah, it's always like catching us out.
And
that's actually a good
they're pointing out the we've pointed the perpetrators out at nausea.
It's never
which is why the guy told me to baby deadbeats. The conversation is never had in good faith.
It's never had in good faith.
Because you want us to agree that there's a narrative and we must all agree.
Finish and clap. Finish and clap. Correct. We can't. There's no nuance. Finish and clap over. Finish and clap. Sky on. Yeah, I was gonna segue us to your that thing we caught smoke. Yeah, caught smoke for that situation. I don't know, but do you know that situation we caught smoke? I think we can wrap the pot up by as a last topic, and then we wrap up. So we were getting cooked. So there was a situation where a baby mama came on the timeline to say, okay, graduation to school, and then there's only 3 seats available. So she wanted to take auntie because she spends a lot of time the
aunt.
Yeah, the aunt.
Not a helper.
Yeah.
Like my
the aunt.
sister.
Yeah, your sister.
My sister.
And
or
then
your aunt.
Hang on.
Your
Me
aunt.
and you have a baby, and it's my aunt that I want to bring.
Yes, your aunt, but because your aunt
takes care of the kid.
Takes care of the kid, pays a lot of money to more of an extent that he does.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like he's inconsistent.
So
He's
the aunt
inconsistent.
is like the mother to
Tumwana as
Tumwana.
well.
may as
as
well be
well.
a second mother.
Yeah,
Okay.
second mother.
Okay.
And then she invites homeboy, baby dad.
Okay.
And then homeboy says, can my girl come? Can my girl come through? So and then the baby mama is like, no.
Did he say that?
Well, he said, yeah.
Either you take your +1 or I take my +1.
What?
We say,
He wanted a +1.
Yeah, he wanted a +1.
In fact, we say, I don't think we are at that level where we can be together. So it's either you go with your +1 or I go with my +1. Please decide so I can plan my day.
Oh, so okay. Oh,
it's either I take my +1 or you go with your +1 and I stay.
Hang on. So if she gives him the +1, that means you're not hide.
No, that's what he was saying. He was saying that he was expressing discomfort at the fact that he would have to be there
without
the baby mom was going to be there and the girlfriend
can't come.
Hang on. Did this guy want the aunt not to come and for his girlfriend to come instead?
Yes.
So it would be him, the baby mama, and his girlfriend.
Is
that what this guy wanted?
Yeah, basically saying, if I can't bring my girl,
I'm not coming.
I can't come.
So
that's what he was saying.
ticket, yeah, auntie.
Well,
it can only be 3.
So because she's saying there's only 3 tickets available, so he's saying, okay, then I can't come.
Yeah, when I believe it, okay, if I can't bring my girlfriend, I can't come.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then don't come.
But it wasn't that simple at the time.
It actually was. It actually was because, well, not that part, because the outrage was that this guy chose not to come to his child's graduation.
Because he chose the girl.
Because of the girlfriend. You know, why should this stand in the way
of you coming
to see your child's graduation? You know, which is a very fair point.
Yeah.
He should have come to
The graduation.
Yeah.
To the graduation.
Yes, right. Then what we got cooked for was that we raised a point around the fact that girlfriends with men that have kids
And present.
right? Yeah. They make their co-parenting situation and them being present to their child
More
a
difficult.
painful experience.
Yeah.
Because you might find that girl is uncomfortable with him going there.
Hello.
And he knows that him going to the graduation,
He's
he's a sour, he's going back to an
our house.
and happy partner.
unhappy partner, which he should not have.
To consider.
To consider.
Well, he would have to.
Yeah.
It's his love.
Yeah.
He would have to consider it, but the
Still-
ultimate decision should be still
To
go to the
nonetheless. Yes, nonetheless.
and he will handle that later. Right?
And that is what they were saying. But
That's what we said too.
That's what we said.
That's what we said too. But we then said, there was the other part where we were saying that, you know what, actually, women are also foul in how difficult they make
it.
men showing up for their kids.
Yes.
Especially when you went.
They don't want to hear that part.
Yes.
Like why would me going to see my kids my kids' graduation be a contentious issue, Gahi, because you are insecure about my relationship
with my baby mom. That's the part they didn't like to hear.
But now if we do not think of him and
They don't want to hear that part. They don't want to hear that
just
part.
come to the kids' graduation, man.
Well, we said fuck the aunt.
We said fuck the aunt.
That was banter.
That
That was a joke. That was a joke. But and then we said that, you know, if you could have just rocked up with the girlfriend.
In any case, yeah.
In any case.
Yeah.
But you were going to make the situation uncomfortable.
It's like sort out.
Tina, you still have to buy 4.
We don't have to sit with you. We've been to kids' concerts, but at my son's concert, you know, they were selling tickets, and these tickets sold out. Parents still showed up with the aunt, and the granny, and the cousin. There was a long line outside the hall. They had to make extra space. There were people standing in the back along the wall. Bro, we are seeing these kids.
Yeah.
Whether you told us
On
the tickets are sold out, should have bought them prior, we are seeing these kids. And then they're not turning you back. So my thing was, you should have just rocked up with the girl, like and however else you were able to squeeze yourself in.
Are we not
and just
presenting
watch.
a united front for the sake of our child? Can
No,
we can't even stomach to sit next to each other.
No, we're not doing that.
We're not even sitting next to each other.
No, we're not sitting.
We are not together.
We're not together.
Jamang, I know we're not together,
Yeah.
but for Umdana way to Empire stage. So now some split focus because
Well,
can we not just
That's just the nature of the situation that we're in now.
Yeah.
And then, but Kiona, you know, the United Front thing, Kiona, that pisses off the girlfriend. And when we
That's what the government is insecure about.
when we pointed that out, okay, women get insecure, the girlfriend get insecure. That is the part that they didn't want to admit.
Yes.
And then there was also an uproar about why the fuck is the girlfriend there?
Yeah.
The girlfriend mustn't come. What is she coming to do?
Mm.
No longer about
if it's between the aunt and the girlfriend, then yes, naturally the aunt should be the one.
No,
to
but
come.
it's not between the aunt and the girlfriend. The aunt and the aunt and the baby mama are there.
Yes.
They've secured their seats.
Yes.
Right? The baby daddy is coming.
'Cause he's got a ticket.
And also taking chances with his partner. What's I can have some mind.
I mean, yeah.
Because the tick that we actually trying to the box that we're trying to take care is to
To be
ensure the
there
baby
for the
daddy
child.
is there.
Yes.
That's all we are trying to take.
But
Now, but now
it's about what?
but now comes in what we were actually speaking to which is women. Which is women. I can tell we are talking about women. Because now it's a problem. The tick box is the box is no longer important now. Now we are focusing on why is this bitch here? Why is this bitch here? Which and on the other side it's like, yo, why are you making it so hard for this man to go see his child's graduation? And then the third side is that you a pussy for letting this girl stand in the way. You, right?
No, you are a pussy for letting this situation.
Yes. That one we agree.
Yes, we agree.
That one we agree. Yes. Our thing our thing was women.
Women.
Like you make it
so hard. And on all sides, on the girlfriend side, on the mother side.
So I can't keep peace in my relationship
because of women.
Even if it's 3 months, because there was a whole thing. He's been with this girl for 3 months. You don't know what this girl means to me. And I can't keep peace in my relationship and go see my child. I need to choose one of the two.
And who's the common denominator?
That's right.
Both sides.
Women.
On both sides. And you can about the way highlight that. But they were cooking.
There was it was a similar situation, but it was the inverse, where the gentleman is married to this lady who's got a kid with her ex. So the woman is choosing. It looks like the woman is constantly choosing the side of the ex over the husband. Like there was an award ceremony at the school, and they didn't invite the husband. She just went with her ex. The husband came anyway because the kid asked him to come. But even after the prize giving, they went out for dinner to celebrate, but they didn't invite the husband. It was just the two exes and the child. So this gentleman is like, but what about him now? Because I'm up in
it's fucking foul. And
the listeners were saying, but what kind of a man are you? Because why right now are you not taking charge of the situation? This is your household, and this is.
You see, that's the thing. You see where accountability is always placed. I'm the one that's supposed to bulldoze my way through everybody. Everywhere. Everywhere.
But why
I must flex my shoulders?
Everywhere
I must. But when I start doing this, it's a problem.
It's a problem too.
When I start doing this.
Toxic, yeah. Because in that situation, if the thing was inverse, they were talking, the man should have ensured his wife is always coming.
Should have ensured?
Ensured that his wife is always coming to these. Why always invite your wife there? Why don't you invite your wife? Give me away by that.
So
they wouldn't have expected the woman to bulldoze herself in those situations. Now we're talking, why isn't the man involving her? Now we're talking why are you sidelining your wife? Why are you sidelining your wife?
That's why we said the only thing this thing works is choosing where you want to keep the peace, like where you want to keep the peace, right? Because you showing up for your child should never be a question.
Yeah,
that you should do regardless. Your choice is to who you want to appease, and it should never be the baby. Hey,
It should be the baby mama sometimes because she will keep you from that child if she wants to. Or she will.
Why would you do that?
I have the courts for that.
Why would you do that? You need why would you do that? If I'm showing up, I'm showing up in a manner that you don't like. Why would you keep?
You're not the person I'm supposed to be afraid to.
Yeah. Because I'm not with you.
Like, why can't we just strive to get along?
So then accept my girlfriend.
Then accept my girlfriend.
If you really want to get along, then accept my girlfriend.
Because you understand my situation.
But she's coming.
Whether you like it or not.
Coming she is.
Coming. Again, they've already explained how you can get.
Maybe it was an out of town trip where they legit
Okay, there was another example a friend of mine had. You see, when you are one of those people that would say, "Mwana waits at birthday, but why do I?" baby, but the co-parent, you can't do that. You are not together. You are not a family.
For that united front.
You must go where you can't be in the same car.
Put yourself in that woman's shoes of how you feel if your man went on a 9-hour trip with his ex that he has a child with. He's been inside of this girl.
For 5 days.
He's had sex with this girl. Well, the proof is right here.
And then United Front way, I understand the hallway, I understand the blind. You understand the complete. When you're on the other side, you don't get it. You don't get it.
And the couple.
You don't get it.
And I'm correct.
And then below I run when I am United Front. Why very United Front? Why very United Front? And like you which is depending on where you are, your stance is completely different. But the problem
understand healthy co-parenting arrangement how Tamangling Cape Town on a 9-hour trip.
And now only saw one girl on Twitter that actually said that. Okay, actually, I think I'm it's a one the example like it's a one pinch who is to go to the baby did I'll pick up a one. Wine sister friend in I into how hard into
I gotta go back to an upset woman every day.
Wine sister.
I'm building.
Even
if it's 3 months, I'm building. It's like I'm out there. Yeah. If this thing becomes something more significant,
which is what actually niggas must do.
That's what niggas your child
promote that girlfriend come with some side
because if you try to please two, you may as well be with them both.
Yeah, you might as well. They don't understand Babadi.
Yeah,
because you are trying to balance the feelings about Babadi.
It's going to drive you crazy.
It's going to drive you crazy, and it's Camille.
You gotta have to do a line.
And Linyaro is the only one that makes this one greater.
That's the lesson I had to learn.
You draw a line in the
side. The more I fight to keep the peace that side, the more my household is.
Whatever you do, it's the one. To feel that wrong, to shut the current
what comes with me everywhere.
Hey, son.
Results of today.
Women are far.
And nothing training by the way we highlight. Because it's women on each side. It's women on each side, and then they what
this man's relationship with his child. Painful experience.
Yeah.
Make it painful.
Keep training by the way highlight.
They make it painful.
In an ideal world,
I mind the child and my woman. You mind the child. If it's not out. Mind your child.
Shouldn't even be affecting you.
I mind my child, I mind my woman. You mind you. This is your business.
I don't know the stuff inside him now.
Hey.
Yes,
my girlfriend.
Hey.
That's how you're looking at it. And that's the problem.
Yes,
and that's the issue. That's the issue we're talking about.
Because the longer she's here, the more my chances of our family working out diminish.
And you know that thing is a teachable moment because with niggas, you know, how to be quite honest, even if you are no longer in a relationship, you must have a clear boundaries. Because they don't choose chill or change her behavior.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Like, just be cordial if you but because now you are mimicking a dynamic of people that are together when they are not together.
Yeah.
Then the moment
it
becomes a problem.
And also, you've already made the decision for this child that is going to be with parents that are not together.
Yeah.
That's why
let's not play pretend, try to make it what it's. When we woke up, we made that decision.
Yeah.
This is just the pain that he's going to have to live.
Just about what I mean, baby mama or pike. So, no shame TV. You can't do that. You are making the waters make. We said security. And we got to send key. We said not all.
That's
the government expecting that of this man.
To make her happy.
Yeah. Foul. On both sides.
On both sides.
Baby mamas are foul.
That one, the baby mama has a problem. When I come drop off my child, it's a man in
she's foul. She's foul for that. Yeah, she's foul for that.
Hell of foul.
Yeah, she's foul.
There's
a deadbeat problem that we are having, a deadbeat pandemic.
And that's a given. Niggas ain't shit.
That we are trying to solve here.
Niggas ain't shit.
But if you keep put stumbling blocks in
which is exactly the point.
On the niggas that are actually trying.
Put stumbling blocks.
On the niggas that are actually trying.
Niggas that are trying to try.
Yeah.
And niggas are weak.
Yeah, because niggas ain't shit.
That nigga folded.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he went or not.
Yeah. But it sounds like he did.
Yeah, like you already know like the nature of the animal that you're dealing with. Yeah.
That nigga's already 20%.
Can't stand his ground.
Yeah, that nigga's already 20%
and
in.
It's so damn bad. How you giving my girl attitude?
Oh.
What's about it? How? Where high?
That nigga's already 20% in, bro. Was his last piece. And I be like, fuck. It's like a foot side. It's like a foot side situation. You know? that was my last piece.
How do you say it?
Yeah.
It's
my last piece.
There's a video of this guy who's being confronted by his wife and his mistress. And then I'm starting talking. And then someone then he walks away, takes a few steps.
Man, because at some point, that's where it gets to, bro. That touch and pull. Fuck that, bro. Hey man, come on.
Send it like video.
Alright man. That's the shit out, bro.
That's what it is.
Yeah, man. The ball of it is load sharing, like the food, but yeah. We said we just wanted to give you guys one last time. Even if it's not perfect, so forgive us. Yeah, man. So it's Alwana next year, but fair to enjoy.
I better not hear a complaint from not even a single person that quality and trainer because
really, you know them.
Yeah, they're gonna complain. They're gonna complain. But it's fine, fair to. It's fine. Yeah. Any last words?
Yeah, man. To us, I mean, it's season's greetings.
Yeah.
This is a finale. Thanks for those that supported us for the year.
Shout out to Patreon.
On the match, on the events, by listening, taking your time. Those that donate money to us, encourage others. Get on Patreon. So that so we really appreciate that. And yeah, be safe.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful time. Most of you are seeing you are still the December out. But yeah, next year. And yeah, that's it.
Hi, Sana, they come back. I couldn't hear end party.
It was the party.
We used to call the season finale party.
Yeah.
And you had fun. I saw your pictures. You look nice.
It's 34, yeah. That was your end.
That was your end.
It's 34. Yeah, I never fit with Alwana next year. Keep safe.
Easy.
Peace.